If you've ever lived near an HOA, you know how bad they can get. But this one had a teenage nightmare named Chad, Karen's son. Now, I've dealt with HOA Karens before, nosy, power-hungry, clipboard-carrying hall monitors of the suburbs. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for what happened the night Chad decided he was entitled to my truck. Let me set the scene. I live in a quiet lakeside neighborhood, technically next to the HOA, not part of it. My wife and I had just brought home our newborn daughter, Ella. We were exhausted but happy, and I'd parked my Ford Raptor in our driveway, packed with baby gear from the hospital. That truck isn't just a vehicle. It's my workhorse, my pride. But to Chad, it was apparently his dream Instagram ride. See, Chad's mom, HOA President Karen, raised him like a prince. He had a trust fund, a platinum card, and an ego big enough to need its own parking permit. But he didn't have a license, or boundaries. It started on a Friday afternoon. I was inside giving Ella a bottle when my security app pinged. Motion detected. Driveway. I glanced at the live feed and froze. There was Chad, in his backward cap and neon sneakers, yanking at my truck door. At first I thought, no way, he's not that dumb. Then the engine roared. I ran outside, shouting, "HEY, that's my truck." He grinned, revved the engine, and peeled out of my driveway like he was auditioning for Fast and Furious. HOA Drift Edition. I sprinted after him, barefoot, but he was gone. My heart sank, not just for the truck, but because my stomach twisted with sudden dread. I had strapped in Ella's car seat that morning after cleaning it, and I hadn't taken it out. I called 911 so fast I nearly broke my phone. 911, what's your emergency? My neighbor's kid just stole my truck, and my newborn's car seat is inside. Within minutes, the dispatcher had every unit in the county on alert. But while I waited, I wasn't about to sit still. I opened my Find My Truck app, and there it was, pinging from 2 miles away, near the old quarry road. I didn't even grab shoes. I jumped into my wife's SUV and tore down the dirt path, gravel flying. Halfway there, I saw it. My truck. Nose first into a ditch, smoke curling from the hood. Chad was standing outside it, dazed, holding his phone like he was filming a vlog. "Bro, it's not even my fault," he shouted as I jumped out of the car. "The brakes are trash." I ran past him straight to the truck, yanking open the door, heart pounding, until I saw it. The car seat was there, empty. Thank God. He hadn't taken Ella. He'd just taken everything else. Still, my truck was wrecked, airbags deployed, front grille smashed. My tools gone. My dash camera ripped out. I turned to Chad, shaking with fury. "You stole my truck. You could have killed someone." He scoffed. "Relax, dude. My mom runs this place. It's not like you can do anything about it." Oh, Chad. Sweet, stupid Chad. Because what he didn't know was that the sheriff who showed up 5 minutes later wasn't just any sheriff. He was my cousin. "Afternoon," Sheriff Tom said, stepping out of his cruiser. "We got a report of a stolen vehicle." "That yours, Mike?" "Yep," I said. "And that's the thief." Chad's grin melted. Wait. I wasn't stealing. I was just borrowing it." Tom raised an eyebrow. "Borrowing? Without permission? With property damage? That's called grand theft auto, son." "But my mom." "Your mom's not the law." Tom cut him off. "Hands on the hood." Chad started crying, like actual tears. Right then, Karen came screeching up in her Lexus, heels sinking into the mud. "Officer, this is a misunderstanding," she shrieked. Tom didn't even look at her. "Ma'am, your son stole a vehicle, wrecked it, and endangered others. Step back." She pointed at me. "He's lying. He's harassing my boy." I folded my arms. "Ma'am, your boy's dash cam debut says otherwise." I reached into my pocket and played a clip from my cloud backup. There it was, Chad grinning at the camera, saying, "Yo, check it." Stealing the old man's ride. Karen's face went white. In the end, Chad was charged with theft, reckless endangerment, and destruction of property. He got probation, community service, and a permanent ban from my property. Karen tried to sue me for defamation. My lawyer laughed so hard he nearly framed the complaint. The HOA tried to mediate, but when the county prosecutor showed them the footage, they backed off faster than a raccoon from a flashlight. Insurance covered most of the truck damage. But I didn't stop there. I filed for restitution and got it. Karen's insurance ended up paying out every cent. 2 months later, the HOA royal family moved out. Rumor is they couldn't take the humiliation, or the fact that everyone started calling her son Crash Chad. Now, every time I park my new Raptor, I look at the baby mirror, smile at Ella in her car seat, and whisper, "Don't worry, sweetheart. Daddy's got cameras, locks, and a sheriff for a cousin." And as for Karen and Chad, last I heard, they moved to a gated community down south. Fitting, really, because gates are good at one thing, keeping people like them out.